and welcome to HR How To. Today, I'm going to tell you how to handle sexual harassment in your workplace. Firstly, what is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment is unwelcome conduct of a sexual nature, which makes a person feel offended, humiliated and intimidated, where that reaction is reasonable in the circumstances. Sexual harassment can take various forms. It can involve conduct such as 1. Unwelcome touching, hugging or kissing, 2. Staring or leering, 3. Suggestive comments or jokes, 4. Sexually explicit pictures, screensavers or posters, 5. Unwanted invitations to go out on dates or requests for sex, 6. Intrusive questions about an employee's private life or body, 7. Unnecessary familiarity, such as deliberately brushing up against someone, 8. Insults or taunts of a sexual nature, 9. Sexually explicit emails or private messages, 10. Accessing sexually explicit internet sites, 11. Inappropriate advances on social networking sites, and 12. Behavior which would also be an offense under the criminal law, such as physical assault, indecent exposure, sexual assault, stalking or obscene communications. Sexual harassment does not have to be repeated or continuous to be against the law. It can be a one-off incident. Both men and women can experience sexual harassment at work. However, it is most commonly experienced by women. Sexual harassment is not sexual interaction, flirtation, attraction or friendship which is invited, mutual, consensual or reciprocated. Now, let's learn what are your legal obligations as an employer. As an employer, you may be held legally responsible for acts of sexual harassment committed by your employees. This is called vicarious liability. The Sex Discrimination Act makes employers liable for acts of sexual harassment, unless they have taken all reasonable steps to prevent it from taking place. While there is no uniform standard expected of employers in taking all reasonable steps, at a minimum, employers would usually be expected to 1. Have an appropriate sexual harassment policy which is effectively implemented, monitored and communicated to all workplace participants, 2. Take appropriate remedial action, if sexual harassment does occur. Policies and procedures preventing harassment assist employers in maintaining positive workplace relationships, and can improve employee motivation and performance. Many people ask, why do I need to have a sexual harassment policy? The answer is, sexual harassment policy is the key to preventing sexual harassment is for employers and management, to make it clear to every employee and workplace participant that sexual harassment is unacceptable in the workplace. Employers should ensure that they have in place a clear sexual harassment policy, which is effectively communicated to each workplace participant, and is understood. In addition, it is important that appropriate behavior be modeled by management throughout the workplace. A written policy on its own is not enough. A policy that is not implemented through communication, education and enforcement will be of little or no use in avoiding liability.